5 Mercedes models that will cost you $6,000 plus. People buy this Mercedes thinking they got a deal. 6 months later, it hits them with a $6,000 repair. $2,000 just to diagnose the problem. $6,000 for suspension. And it starts before 80,000 miles. Some Mercedes will run 200,000. Others fail early, and by the time you realize which one you bought, it's already too late. These are the cars people feel safest buying right before the bill hits. This isn't forum gossip. These are documented failure patterns, real owner costs, and dealer-side realities your salesman won't bring up. Let's start with the one that catches the most buyers. Model 1, 2014 to 2016, Mercedes W22 2S Class. The W22 2S Class, 2014 to 2016. This is the one that looks perfect on paper. Flagship Mercedes, night vision, Burmester audio, semi-autonomous driving, and a cabin that feels like a private jet. And you can find one used for a fraction of what it costs new. That's the pitch. That's why people buy it. And that's exactly where the trap starts. The early W222 2014 through 2016 came loaded with Airmatic air suspension, and when that system starts to go, it doesn't fail quietly. Struts, compressor, valve block, airlines, they go together. And when they do, you're not fixing one part, you're fixing the whole system. And here's the catch. On top of the suspension, the Command infotainment freezes. Screen glitches, Bluetooth drops. One owner paid $800 just for a software update before the suspension bill even arrived. This is the one that catches most buyers because it feels perfect on the test drive. The problems don't show up when you're buying it. They show up right after you think you got a good deal. Let's talk numbers. Airmatic suspension repair, $4,000 to $6,000. That's not worst case. That's typical. Software update, around $800. Battery programming, around $400. Dealer diagnostic fee, $150 to $250, sometimes more. And this is when the bill hits. That's before they've fixed anything. One owner bought a 2015 S550 with 68,000 miles. Clean history, full service records, looked immaculate. 6 months later, everything hit at once. 2 Airmatic struts failed. The compressor went with them. Then the command system crashed. Final bill, just over $6,400. The car was worth $22,000. You're not maintaining this car, you're reacting to it. Gorgeous to drive, brutal once the warranty is gone. If you want a W222, buy the facelift, 2018 to 2020. That's the version your money deserves. Drop it in the comments. Early W222 or the BMW 7 with the N63 engine. Which one bankrupts you first? We'll be watching. Model 2, Mercedes CLA 250, especially 2014 to 2016. This one is different, and in some ways it's more dangerous than the W222. The CLA 250, especially 2014 to 2016, is the cheapest way into a Mercedes. It looks like a mini CLS, wears the 3-pointed star, and promises luxury status at a compact car price. For first-time Mercedes buyers, that's impossible to resist. And that's exactly the problem. The CLA doesn't need one dramatic failure to drain your wallet. There's no single grenade moment. The money disappears in layers. The moment you drive it off the lot, the depreciation clock starts. Mercedes brand-wide loses around 40% of its value by year 3. You lose $10,000 before your first service interval. Then come the diagnostics. $150 to $250 every visit before they have touched a bolt. Brakes and rotors, $800 to $1,200. Tires, $1,000 or more. This is where it turns. The features you thought came with the car start going behind a paywall after year 3. One owner described it as paying monthly just to use things already built into the car. He didn't feel ripped off when he bought it. He felt it slowly, month by month, until the number didn't make sense anymore. The CLA doesn't punish you with one big bill. It punishes you with 10 small ones. This isn't ownership, it's damage control. You feel the mistake 6 months later, when the bills stack, when the value drops, when you realize the badge cost more than the car. Cheap to buy in, expensive to stay in. If you want a Mercedes that won't quietly drain you, the W212 E-Class facelift gives you more car, more reliability, and a lot less regret. The next one is where most buyers make a $6,000 mistake without even realizing it. because it looks like the safe, sensible choice. Model 3, Mercedes GL C300, 2016 to 2018. The GLC 300, 2016 to 2018. The do-everything Mercedes. Family space, daily comfort, huge used inventory. Looks like the smart, sensible choice. Compared to the S-Class money pit, it feels responsible. That's the trap. The GLC 300 isn't going to leave you stranded. Some years score reasonably well on reliability. But this video isn't about breakdowns, it's about the math. And the GLC math is brutal. GLC insurance averages around $2,700 a year. Over 5 years, that's $13,500 before you fixed a single thing. Now watch what happens. A GLC 300 you bought new for $55,000 by year 5 is worth $29,000 to $32,000. That's a $23,000 hit just from time passing. Add brakes and rotors, $800 to $1,200. Tires, $1,000 or more. Diagnostics, $150 to $250 per visit. Subscriptions after year 3. And maintenance plans that exclude the 2 most expensive things, brakes and tires. You clear $6,000 without a single breakdown. Just normal ownership, just the luxury tax. One owner ran the numbers after 3 years. No repairs, no drama. Total out of pocket beyond his car payment, just over $11,000. He thought he'd been smart. He thought he'd avoided the expensive Mercedes. He hadn't. They didn't buy a reliable Mercedes. They bought an expensive one. Feels smart on the lot. Feels expensive in the real world. Sensible badge. Unsensible bill. And if you think the GLC math stings, the next one makes it look cheap. Because this one doesn't drain you slowly. It hits you all at once. On a car already worth less than the repair bill. Model 4, Mercedes W220 S-Class. Pre-facelift, 1999 to 2003. This is the legacy trap. The W220 S-Class, 1999 to 2003, a $100,000 car for $5,000. Still commands a room. V8 presence, classic silhouette, the kind of car that turns heads even 20 years later. At used prices today, it feels like the deal of the century. It is not. And here's what most buyers miss. The W220 pre-facelift is the poster child for what happens when complexity meets age. Airmatic suspension failing on multiple corners, wiring that biodegrades, rust attacking the arches and battery tray, SBC brake failures so bad, Mercedes replaced the entire system. SAM module gremlins that leave you chasing faults for months. This isn't a car with one weak point. It's a car where everything weak decided to fail at the same time. Airmatic suspension, all corners, compressor, lines, $4,000 to $6,000. Before you touch the electronics, before the rust, before the SBC. One owner bought a W220S 500 for $4,800. Felt like the smartest guy in the room. 3 months later, the Airmatic collapsed on 2 corners. The SBC threw a fault code. A SAM module failed the same week. Repair estimate, $7,200. The car was worth less than that when he bought it. He didn't get a deal. He got a bill with a car attached. On a car worth less than the repair bill, you're not fixing a W220. You're funding one. Looks rich? Is not. The W220 pre-facelift is a tuxedo with a $6,000 repair bill in the pocket. If you want an S-Class that actually holds together, the W221 facelift, 2009 to 2013, is a completely different story. We'll put that on screen at the end. But first, the last one. The one people recommend to each other right before the repair bill hits. Model 5, Mercedes ML/GLE, 2006 to 2015 with Airmatic suspension. The ML and GLE, 2006 to 2015. They're everywhere. Comfortable, spacious, family-proven, at a used price that feels reasonable. The later GLE facelift looks modern enough that buyers assume the problems are fixed. Some of them are. One of them isn't. It comes down to one question. Is it on coil springs or is it on Airmatic? Because those are 2 completely different ownership experiences. The W166ML on coil springs, planted, reliable, one of the most trusted Mercedes SUVs ever built. The Airmatic version, a wallet bomb with a 3-pointed star on the hood. When the Airmatic goes, and it goes, it's rarely one part. Struts, compressor, valve block, airlines, multiple corners, all at once. And this is the moment it turns. People go from, "This is manageable," to "This was a mistake." One owner bought a 2013 ML350 with Airmatic for $18,500. It rode beautifully. He recommended it to 2 friends. 8 months later, the rear struts failed. The compressor followed. The front airline started leaking. Shop quoted $5,800. He'd already put $2,200 into routine maintenance. Total first-year cost, just under $8,000 on an $18,500 car. The friends he recommended it to had already bought theirs. Airmatic repair, $4,000 to $6,000. That's the number, and it arrives fast. Some buyers try to convert to coil springs to avoid the cost. Don't. It tanks resale value and compromises the ride. If you want coils, buy a coil spring ML from the factory. The ML and GLE on coil springs, one of the best used Mercedes SUVs you can buy. On Airmatic, prepare a $6,000 fund before you sign anything. Same body, same badge. Completely different financial outcome. And before you say it, yes, the BMW X5 with air suspension has the same problem. Drop your pick below. ML Airmatic or X5 Air, which one hits harder? 5 Mercedes. 5 different ways to spend $6,000 or more if you buy the wrong one. The early W222, 2014 to 2016. Suspension and electronics tax after the warranty expires. The CLA 250, 2014 to 2016. Not one big failure, just the ownership math stacking quietly against you. The GLC 300, 2016 to 2018. Insurance, depreciation, and dealer costs that clear $6,000 without a single breakdown. The W220 pre-facelift, 1999 to 2003. A beautiful car that costs more to fix than it's worth to own. And the ML/GLE on Airmatic, 2006 to 2015. The bill that arrives all at once. Some Mercedes are genuinely incredible. The W221 facelift, the W166 ML on coils, the GLK 350. Those go 200,000 miles and still feel sorted. These 5, only if you know exactly what you're buying. Because the difference between a good Mercedes and a bad one isn't how it drives. It's what it costs you after you buy it. If you buy the wrong one, it won't feel like a mistake right away. It never does. You'll feel it 6 months later, when the bill lands and the value is already gone, and there's nothing left to do but pay it. If you don't want that to be you, subscribing is the smartest free thing you can do today. We do buyer guides like this every week, so you don't get caught out. Drop it below. Your model, your year, your mileage, and your biggest single repair bill. Your experience is worth more than any forum post, and it might just save someone else from making the same mistake.